What's up, everybody? This is another episode of MilGoalKee Podcast.
We're back.
Alex, we are back.
We're
and
back.
We brought a special guest again.
Yes, sir.
We had to bring somebody special. You know what I mean? Like somebody that everybody knows.
Yeah, I think in the soccer community, Milwaukee community, he's well known. He's very well known, and for the people that don't know him, they'll get to know him this episode.
También este episodio lo queremos hablar poquito en español también, porque sé que tenemos una audiencia en español e inglés, so queremos mixtearle poquito de inglés y español para toda la raza ahí, que hemos agarrado un poquito de feedback, que dicen, hablen poquito español también, por favor. Habla poquito inglés, español, lo que tú quieras, pero Alex, you wanna introduce this guy? ¿Quieres introducir a esta persona?
Yes, sir. Well, before we get into this special guest, I want to say big thank you to our sponsor for this episode, Red Platinum Worx and Audio Harbor. This is where we film. Mario, the main head of this whole thing, producer, does it all. Once again, thanks a lot.
Thank you, bro.
But yeah, to get into our special guest.
Drum roll.
This is Favian, aka Favi Gonzalez. Favi is a Cardinal Stritch graduate. He just did his master's for Marquette University. He's a co-founder of Street Dreams, which we'll talk about a lot in this episode, and the athletic department coordinator at St. Augustine Prep Academy. Round of applause for Favi.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yo siempre he dicho esto, y ustedes saben que se me suelta la lengua. Si un día vas a ser presidente, güey, yo voy a votar por ti. Así que ya te dimos la introducción de quién eres, pero para la raza ahí que nos está viendo, escuchando, who is Favi? ¿Quién es Favi? Fabián González, ¿quién es?
Pues lo digo en español primero.
Lo que tú quieras, en chino, español, alemán, lo que tú...
Estás en tu casa, güey.
Bueno, Fabián González, nacido en Guadalajara, Jalisco, México. Mis papás se vinieron para Milwaukee cuando yo tenía 5 años. Y pues desde esa edad me he criado acá y he vivido acá toda mi vida.
Bueno, yo en lo principal lo quise traer porque la verdad nomás tenemos un rato para hablar, pero si pudiéramos hablar con él una conversación duraría infinito.
Yeah.
Obviamente tiene mucho en su currículum de qué hablar, pero a nosotros lo que nos gusta hacer con la gente que traemos es como si estuviéramos comiendo carnitas, lo deshebramos todo. Queremos deshebrar poquito todo esto. Y principalmente dijiste que llegaste aquí a los 5 años, pero para ti en lo personal, dinos poquito de cómo era tu vida en el fútbol de niño. Porque nos gusta deshebrarlo como de pequeño, de niño. No sé si te acuerdas algo, lo que sea, que yo me acuerdo mucho con el Toros Nesa. De niño, de luego en la etapa de high school y luego en el colegio. Así que tú de niño en el deporte, ¿qué es lo que más recuerdas en lo personal tú?
Bueno, pues comencé a jugar a los 6. Un amigo de la escuela, José Martínez, Charapatas.
No lo he visto.
Su papá empezó el equipo de Toritos Nesa y en ese entonces pues mi papá se quiso involucrar, entonces Cuchillo, un saludo para él.
No, árbitro.
Fue mi primer,
Legend.
Fue mi primer entrenador de fútbol, él, y pues ya mi papá también se incorporó y ayudó bastante. Y ahí fue donde comencé a jugar a los 6 años. Jugué casi, toda la vida que jugué en la Liga Latina, lo jugué ahí.
Uh-huh. ¿Dónde lo jugué?
Que nomás jugué en 3 años.
¿3?
En la Liga de South Division, de Journey
House.
Yeah.
We all played there growing up.
Yeah, it was a spot.
Yeah, it was. Hot Cheetos with cheese.
Yeah, that's where it started. That's where they got famous.
Yeah.
So from there, I went to Croatian Eagles.
No sabía eso.
And this was huge. So Armando Dominguez, un saludo para Coach Dominguez. He gathered a lot of kids. And he was working at VU and he had a lot of VU students too.
Mm-hmm.
But he gathered a bunch of us who didn't go to VU, but we would represent the VU team. But it was also kind of like a combination of VU/Croatian Eagles. I don't know how that worked out. I was young. I don't remember it very well. But then we kind of got officially incorporated to Croatians. And I played there U9 and U10. But growing up, I always played 1 or 2 years up. I played with my cousins and their age groups. And we played a tournament at Elm Grove my U10 year. Well, I was U10, but I was playing U11 or U12s. And I guess I had a good tournament, myself and Lalo Gutierrez.
Mm-hmm.
And so the coach from Elm Grove approached our coach, and he said, hey, like, we were interested in these 2 kids. We would love to have them come and try out to our Elm Grove U11 team for the next season. So that's where I went. And, thankfully my parents couldn't afford that, but there was very generous coaches and families at the club who made it possible. And I played at Elm Grove for my entire club.
I think now that you mentioned that, I went through the same situation with the academy where I got the full scholarship every year because it gets pricey. Jugar club puede costar mucho dinero y es muy motivante y aprecia uno cuando te dan ese tipo de oportunidad. Como yo cuando iba a jugar en la academia y era el full scholarship, decía como yo me tengo que partir la madre en cada entrenamiento porque me están ayudando económicamente para hacer X, Y, and Z, things like traveling, todo el uniforme. So, es muy importante que dices eso. Para todos ahí que tengan oportunidad de scholarships, es muy importante y evaluate because it's a nice extra incentive you get for doing your thing.
Yeah, especially for playing soccer, something you love. You're passionate about it, yet you're getting paid to do it. So.
Y desde chico fui muy consciente por mis padres. O sea, supe entender y valorar eso también desde chico, como que, wow, es una oportunidad que no se les da a todos, desafortunadamente, y hay que aprovecharla. Entonces, sí, agradecido siempre con quienes nos ayudaron, a mí y a mi familia.
Tú eras Elm Grove, right? Porque tú jugaste ¿dónde dijiste? En Palermo, y eso se hizo ¿en qué?
I think it was combined with Mequon.
After a while, right? Yeah. Ok, porque hubo una buena camada que estuvo en Mequon y ustedes en Elm Grove y como que ahí se empezó a ver la migración del Southside latino a los clubes, ¿no? Porque yo no sabía nada de club hasta que empecé a jugar en FC con que me llevó Miguel Guerrero, como tú mencionas que tú y Lalo Gutiérrez fueron, tú mencionas que jugaste en Palermo, so está chido ver esa migración de ir de Journey House ahí pues con los plebes, ahí con los amigos nomás y ya tomarlo más en serio, más que hasta uniformado, hasta la neta sí se siente uno chido, güey, cuando tiene el uniforme así, ahí anda el chamaquillo y se ve bien, está chido. Una cosa que notaste era Toritos Neza, yo lo recuerdo muy bien porque tú tenías familia que jugaban contigo, ¿no? Y eran bien buenos, güey. Aparte, yo jugaba con Rayados y empezamos nosotros y yo creo que ustedes ya tenían un tipo de formación hecha. Nos metían unas golizas, güey.
De primero no, porque de primero perdíamos mucho.
Pero le digo, cuando ustedes se formaron bien, tenían buen cuadro y es cuando yo empecé a jugar. No, güey, jugamos contra ustedes. Nomás nos tocaba recoger el balón de la red, pura goliza. Pero está chido eso que dices, porque dices que has jugado con familia desde esa edad y que es bueno también que el fútbol te trae como la familia unida. Yo lo digo como con Alex. Recientemente, hace unos meses quedamos campeones en una liga ahí en Complex y se siente chingón. Aunque sea talachero, güey, de todos modos, you love the sport.
Alex, ¿también él jugó con Rayados?
¿También? ¿También jugó con Rayados?
Older age groups, but yeah.
Se ve joven, pero está más rudo.
You would think I played in younger groups than Bernie, but no, it was older groups.
Okay. También, y en tu fase de la high school, ¿Dónde jugaste? Y ¿me puedes recordar en qué high school jugaste?
Yeah, jugué en Marquette.
Se lo iba a decir, pero no estaba muy seguro.
Sí.
Okay. ¿Y qué? Obviamente no es una high school cualquiera, ¿verdad?
No,
hablas de Marquette, pues ya es otro pedo en los estudios y obviamente en el fútbol. En cualquier deporte, yo creo que Marquette es muy bien visto desde la high school.
It is.
Para ti, ¿cómo fue esa experiencia de primeramente ir a estudiar a Marquette, que ya graduarte, aunque sea de la high school de Marquette, es otro pedo? Yeah. Y luego jugar en el deporte ahí. ¿Cómo fue eso?
Pues it's kind of funny, porque desde el tercer grado me interesé en ir ahí y como que le dije a mi familia.
¿Del tercer grado?
Yeah.
Yo ni sabía que quería desayunar al tercer grado.
10 steps ahead.
Y solo porque en ese entonces yo iba a la Bruce Guadalupe y tenía un pen pal que estaba en octavo, Alberto Valle, Tiro Valle.
Okay.
Y él iba a ir a Marquette. Entonces yo aprendí que él iba a ir a Marquette y en la escuela se mencionaban, o sea, de diferentes estudiantes que iban a ir a Marquette. Y yo en realidad, o sea, no entendía lo que era, pero yo decía, yo también quiero ir ahí.
Sí. Qué chido, güey, que lo manifestaste desde el tercer grado y sí te tocó.
Yeah.
Qué chido.
Y luego me tuve que cambiar de escuela porque mi familia se mudó y mi mamá no manejaba, entonces tenía que ir a una escuela más cercana.
Ok.
Así como perdí el contacto con mis amigos de ahí. Sí. No los veía nomás cuando jugábamos fútbol y tal. Ya llegando a middle school, ya sabía que le tenía que echar ganas y quería llegar ahí. Y un día el equipo de nuestro club fue invitado a un partido de Marquette a hacer los ball boys, los recoge balones.
Ok.
Y ya como verlo así, tenía yo como 11, 12 años, verlo así en persona, dije, yo quiero venir a esta escuela. Y sí, se hizo que apliqué y me aceptaron. Y fue algo, o sea, interesante porque yo fui el único de mi escuela, de mi middle school, a ir a Marquette. Entonces nadie de mis amigos iba a venir conmigo. Pero como ya estaba jugando en Elm Grove, conocía a jugadores de ahí que también iban a ir a Marquette. Entonces cuando llegué, chido, pues ya los conocía a ellos. Y aparte pues conocía a muchos que eran mayores que yo, que ya estaban en Marquette, latinos, que habían jugado conmigo de niños.
Okay.
Entonces muchos que jugaban ya en la liga latina o en el club como los croatas y así, que ya estaban en Marquette. Entonces yo como que de primero al llegar, un niño así chiquito, asustado, o sea, una experiencia nueva, sin conocer a nadie. Cuando vi que todos ellos estaban ahí, como que me empecé a juntar con los juniors, seniors, sophomores, porque ya los conocía y me sentía a gusto con ellos.
Lo que hace el deporte, yo siempre lo he dicho, ¿verdad? Siempre lo menciono, Alex. El fútbol, güey, te abre las puertas a todo y con las amistades, las conexiones de vida y todo.
Yeah.
Yo siempre he dicho, para mí el fútbol pues es mi vida básicamente en esa forma porque, o sea, si haces tus amigos desde niño y you're still friends with a lot of them and everything. It's just so powerful, bro.
Yeah. And then to see other Hispanic kids who I had known growing up who had played and they were older than me, I had somebody to look up to, and I felt it gave me confidence. All right, I can do this. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be okay here.
Yeah.
Because it was scary. I'm like, dang, it's gonna be hard academically, or whatever. But that gave me confidence. I'm like, all right, I can do it.
That's another thing. Speaking academically, to balance your studies and soccer. How tough was that for you? Or were you always because when I think of Favi, I've told Bernie this. I think of an intellectual person, even by the way you carry yourself, you speak. Have you always been good academically with your studies and stuff like that? Or was that something that it was tough for you to balance with soccer?
I think, first of all, I appreciate that. But when I was a kid, it was like what I was known for, at least in my family. It was expected of me to.
Ay, ese Favi está cabrón.
So I had that pressure, which at times was stressful, but really it was cool. This is a responsibility that I'm willing to hold on to because I gotta make sure my little brother sees that and do it too.
Okay.
So I was always getting good grades, at least from kindergarten through middle school. freshman year of high school, I didn't even play soccer because I wanted to focus on school, and I was worried that it was going to be too hard. And there was other factors why I didn't play, but that was one of them. And I'm glad I took that to just figure out how to manage my time, how to manage the school side. I did well at Marquette. I think I struggled maybe my end of sophomore year, beginning of junior year, but I think I did well. I graduated with decent GPA, and I think the hardest part was, just learning how to manage my time. But playing soccer helped with that so much because I knew that I had to do my homework before going to soccer practice.
And keeping your grades up to be able to play, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And
So
then when I started playing for the school, you have to meet certain grade requirements.
Sí,
and
claro.
I always felt like I did better in the semester that I was in soccer season, because I had like a routine, or I had like something to work towards.
And I guess you're motivating yourself, like, I have to get these grades up in order to play, because you want to play. Yeah, I get you.
And also because I did felt like I had that responsibility. Like I have an opportunity to be at this school. Like I gotta make sure I make the most of it too.
¿Cómo compararías tú? No estoy echando de menos a nadie, no echando de más a alguien o de una cosa a otra, pero tú notaste una comparación por lo menos en el nivel de la high school, como jugar para una high school como Marquette, que ir a ver a otro tipo de MPS school o otra cosa, o para ti fue pretty much pues lo mismo, o si hasta tú lo viviste, tú jugaste en ese tipo de competencia en la high school. ¿Cómo tú viste o sentiste esa parte del fútbol de la high school?
Era muy competitivo.
Sí.
Mi primer año no jugué, mi segundo año en 10th grade jugué JV. Y eso que algunos partidos fui capitán y cosas así, pero, o sea, era muy competitivo. O sea, jugábamos contra equipos varsity a veces y les ganábamos. Entonces, like, the standard is high. Nuestro equipo de freshman juega contra equipos de JV y nuestros equipos de JV juegan a veces contra equipos de varsity, nomás para mantener el nivel,
¿no? Sí.
Ya mi junior year fui el último en hacer el equipo y mi coach fue sincero conmigo y me dijo, ¿sabes qué? Nos queda un lugar más y vamos a confiar en ti, que te vamos a dar ese puesto.
Sí.
Entonces fui el último en meterme al equipo. Y nunca jugué mucho. Siempre nunca fui titular a lo mejor 2-3 partidos en toda mi carrera de high school de varsity. Pero, o sea, cuando se me daban los minutos aprovechaba. Sí.
Me vale más si dices que fuiste o no titular. La neta, yo digo, para estar en varsity en la high school, para una escuela como Marquette, pues tienes que ser bueno. So, para mí, qué chido, de todos modos, aunque jugaste o no, lo que sea, tú no estabas ahí for no reason, you know? Si estabas ahí era por algo, porque tenías tus cualidades y todo, te podías defender en la cancha, so, eso está chido. La verdad, a mí me gustaría tener esa experiencia en high school, no la tuve. Te pregunto eso porque yo cuando jugué en The Academy, yo sabía que el nivel en esa conferencia era buena porque muchos de la Academy iban a la Marquette o a escuelas que competían así. Y por eso te preguntaba, porque yo siempre decía, man, yo quiero jugar. Yo y Alex fuimos a una high school tenor que mi equipo de fútbol tenía.
¿No jugaba?
Así, no, pues...
Ahorita sí tienen buen equipo.
¿Sí? Pues no, ni idea. No nos tocó, desafortunadamente, en nuestro tiempo. Pero yo iba a los juegos de Hugo Díaz, de Hamilton y todo. Se armaban unos partidazos y era como la rivalidad de la ciudad. Eso me puedo imaginar que para ustedes fue lo mismo, ¿no?
Sí,
que
pero esa era la parte que no contesté, que nunca nos enfrentamos. Bueno, sí nos enfrentamos contra West Dallas Central, porque estaban en nuestra conferencia, pero así de MPS. Siempre se quedaban como a un partido de enfrentarnos en los regionals y sectionals. Creo que era Ronald Reagan, estaba a un partido de jugar en contra de nosotros y perdieron contra Whitefish Bay. Bradley Tech, a lo mejor cuando yo estaba ahí, a lo mejor al año cuando me gradué, no me acuerdo. Pero nunca me tocó enfrentarme, creo que con uno así del Southside.
Okay.
And then from Marquette, you graduate and you go on a stretch. And then that comes into transition into college soccer. From club to high school to college soccer, what's your main difference from all three? Like it can be, discipline, because we mentioned it before in past episode with Becas, how he mentioned it, that discipline is a big, factor. To you, what was the big difference between all three?
So actually, when I graduated from high school, I didn't go straight to Stritch. I went to UWM for a semester.
Okay.
And it was a bad decision. I made a decision that at 18 years old, I thought I knew what was right for me, and it was a mistake. But I could have gone straight to Stritch on scholarship, and I rejected it because, again, my 18-year-old thought I knew better. So I went to UWM for a semester. Then I ended up transferring to MATC for another semester. And then that summer, after my freshman year, there came a point where I was like, I'm desperate to play again. I hadn't played that whole year. Actually, that was the first year that I coached. But I wanted to play again.
Where'd you coach?
I was an assistant coach at Bradley Tech.
Okay.
Yeah.
No sabía.
With Freddie Avila, Fuji.
Chingón.
So Asa was a player there.
Okay.
So I went into like desperation mode. I was like, I want to play, and also like school was getting expensive. So I ended up reaching out to Coach Ben Shepard, who was an assistant at Stritch at the time, and got connected with him and Kevin Brennan, right? Kev Brennan too.
Yeah.
And I asked him like, hey, I know you guys were interested in me coming here last year, and I rejected that. Is there any possibility that I can still come this year? And it was like the weekend before preseason started. Like, crazy how God's timing works out, where they were like, yeah, come in tomorrow. Like, we're going to start preseason. So I showed up.
Favi,
and the rest is history. I ended up saying it. And then Bernie was there.
Ya está. Pues yo pensé que él iba a estar ahí desde hace tiempo, pero...
Because we were going to be in the same year.
Simón, somos de la edad, right? So yo llegué a la escuela y todo el pedo, y pues se me hacía raro que él no estaba, y yo pregunté, right? Pero ya cuando lo vi, ya no me había explicado a mí todo el show y todo, y dije, qué chido. Pero yo digo oye, pues... De los errores, no es un error, es más como pues de las decisiones que
aprendizaje.
uno... Sí, es un aprendizaje, y pues gracias a Dios y todo, pues se te dio, ir a donde andas ahorita. Como te digo, si fueras presidente yo votara contigo, es lo que digo. Did you want to add anything about that little topic of the college stuff?
No, it was just...
Oh man, I didn't even get to your point.
No, that's fine, no worries.
I would say the biggest difference too is like the responsibility. Like, now you're an adult, and at least at Stritch, my experience was I was living at home with my family, but the expectation from the team side, from the athletic side, is that this is your job. Like, school first, and then it's your soccer career, and then everything else is third and fourth and so on. It was hard for me because I had to pay some money out of pocket too, or my family did, right? And so I had to work. And so I had to have some tough conversations with coaches sometimes where it's like, hey, like, I want to be fully committed, but I have family things. Like, I have, like, for my family and our culture, like, this comes first, and I have to take care of that. So honestly, it was a roller coaster playing in college because of that reason, because I was in, I was out, I was in, I was out. I wasn't fully committed because I couldn't. For family reasons and personal reasons. And it wasn't until my very last year at Stritch, my senior year, where I had like my best season. I was fully in. I was playing a lot. And but I'd say the biggest thing is in college, it's like, this is your job. Like, you're a student athlete. The student part is the best or the first, and then you're an athlete, and that's, you gotta be on top of that.
Priorities,
Yeah, I can agree with you on that. Sometimes it can be mentally challenging where you're just bouncing around with this and that. Pero, pues sí, como dices, en parte es, estamos ahí también por el soccer scholarship, so en parte tenemos que tener buenos grados, pero sabemos nuestro otro motivo por estar ahí es por estar con el equipo. Todo.
Tú viste las veces que yo
sí, claro.
Estaba y luego no estaba. Y luego me rompí el ligamento en un partido y también...
Somos dos.
Él también. y Mauricio, Favi, Ale.
No,
éramos muchos.
Knee Brace FC. Pero qué chido.
Pero sí, ¿nos tocó un año juntos o dos?
Dos añitos. También en tu intro dijiste que te acabas de graduar con tu Masters, ¿verdad? Pues es podcast de fútbol, pero también nos gusta... se dice alabar, ¿verdad? Alabar sí, nos gusta alabar que en el lado educacional, que eres una persona educada y que para el que esté viendo ahí...
And for the kids.
Para los niños que estén viendo que sí se puede, que aunque tengas un roller coaster, como él dice, que a lo mejor que sí, que no, que andas bien futbolísticamente un día, que el otro no. Al último del día, pues sí se puede y si te pones tu meta ahí, pues imagínate, ahorita ya está graduado con su Masters. ¿Qué va a ser el otro? ¿Presidente? No, está chido. Yo... De parte, ya deshebramos poquito de tu persona como personalmente. Ahora yo quiero hablar poquito otra vez de tus etapas de niño, de adolescente, si se puede decir, y luego de adulto, pero yo quiero involucrar a tu familia. The reason por qué quiero involucrar a tu familia es porque no nomás tú eres muy conocido, pero toda tu familia, incluso tu padre, tus tíos, tus primos, todos son muy conocidos en el fútbol talachero aquí en los Estados Unidos. Incluso, no me gusta decir suegro porque se oye un poco como, I don't want to make it sound disrespectful, ¿no? Pero pues el papá de mi novia hasta jugó con tu familia, José Olea. Ya casi yo soy de Palos Altos también porque pues ya voy a Palos Altos muy seguido y pues Alex es de Cuquío casi porque su esposa es de ahí y mi novia Cari pues es de Palos Altos y luego pues ya nos podemos conectar un poquito más en la idea de familia y del fútbol porque incluso yo jugué fútbol con muchos de tus tíos como Ramón y todos ellos y conozco a todos tus tíos, como te digo, tu papá. Para ti, de lo que tú te recuerdes de niño, ¿qué recuerdas con el famosísimo equipo de Palos Altos, que era un domingo para ti de niño? Lo digo en tema porque era algo como si... es un ejemplo menso, pero es como decir, es como ir a misa porque se juntaban todos el domingo en el parque, carnita asada, lo que caiga para el partido de fútbol, y ahí se armaba que las chelitas, que los labs, que esto y eso. ¿Para ti tú qué recuerdas?
Pues sí, la verdad los domingos
eran sagrados.
Y aún siguen siendo mis días de la semana favoritos porque, bueno, antes, en ese entonces, era muy bonito que, pues, si íbamos a misa, pues saliendo de misa nos íbamos a los partidos de mi papá y de mis tíos. Entonces sí, traían el equipo de Palos Altos y pues la mayoría de los jugadores eran de ahí y también teníamos a otros que no eran, pero eran parte de la familia del grupo y pues en ese entonces también teníamos la primera y la segunda. Entonces un partido a las 12 y luego el partido a las 2 afuera y también en el Complex, como ustedes mencionaron en un episodio pasado, que ahí no la pasábamos. Entonces era bonito pues ir a ver los partidos porque toda la familia se juntaba. Pues mi mamá también, mis tías, todas iban a los juegos y era pura gente conocida. Y pues ya llegó el momento cuando yo también ya llegué a la edad donde ya pude jugar con los adultos. Creo que yo empecé a jugar con los adultos ya más grande, ya tenía como 17 o 18. Y entonces me tocó jugar con mi papá, creo que fueron 2 años.
Qué chingón,
Y sí, ese era uno de de las cosas que yo quería hacer. Y sí se me hizo poder jugar con él. Incluso, pues, celebrar goles. Cuando él me marcaba goles, celebrarlas con él. Y también cuando me daba mis regañadas en el campo y todo. De todo había. Pero sí, fue bonito jugar con él, con mis tíos. Bueno, con el tío que sí me tocó fue con Ramón. Mi tío Fernando hace años se rompió el ligamento y ya desde ahí ya nunca volvió a jugar, él ya no quiso jugar. Pero luego él agarró el equipo de nuevo, ya con una generación nueva, o sea, conmigo y con mis primos. Empezamos a jugar mucho futsal, el fútbol indoor. Y teníamos un equipazo, la verdad.
Éramos puros muy buen equipo.
Éramos puros primos y algunos amigos que también nos ayudaban. Y no, la verdad nos la pasamos muy bonito también porque iban todos los tíos, todos los que antes jugaban, venían y nos miraban. Toda la familia se juntaba de ahí. Y otra cosa que siempre hemos hecho los domingos es que todos los domingos nos vamos a la casa de mi abuelita. Y es algo que hacíamos desde niños y que aún hacemos. Entonces, después del fútbol, nos íbamos, nos bañábamos y otra vez nos juntábamos ahí con mi abuelita. Y hasta el día de hoy lo hacemos cada domingo.
That's nice. Staying family.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of the same, right? When we had que los domingos era futbolero para nosotros. Nosotros con nuestros familiares de Puente Grande. Era básicamente lo que tú dijiste y era algo muy especial porque uno de niño anda ahí pateando el balón, pero sabe que está viendo al papá o al tío y todo, y no, so es algo muy chingón, porque luego uno sigue los pasos que ellos hicieron y están jugando en el mismo complex y ahora están compitiendo. Otra cosa que yo preguntaba es porque yo le pregunté a la mamá de Cari, le dije, no era más preguntar, era más como hablar con ella y del tema del fútbol, porque ahí en la sala con los papás de Cari hablábamos del otro día del fútbol y me estaba explicando poquito como, sí, nos juntábamos los domingos y luego Cari decía, sí, siempre el domingo era fútbol con mi papá y que esto. Yo me imagino que para nosotros fue lo mismo, para ti me imagino que fue lo mismo, ¿no? Entonces es algo, you look forward to it, you know? It's like getting together with your cousins.
That's the best,
Y luego lo chido que yo he visto de ustedes es que mantienen, no sé, ese tipo de tradición de que todos los primos juegan todavía juntos, incluso tu hermano también juega y es muy bueno, me tocó jugar con él y contra él. Entonces qué chido que la verdad sigan esos pasos ustedes, la generación de ustedes que sigan jugando y me da mucho gusto por ustedes porque yo sé que como pueblo ustedes de Palos Altos de ahí de Jalisco es muy unida. Cuando me tocó ir Alex también ya le tocó ir ahí a Palos Altos de Acoquillo y es algo muy chingón de ver que se migre para acá y it's pretty cool, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I want to start transitioning into something big you guys got going on right now. Which is Street Dreams. Give us the origin story of it, because I know it's you, and I think it's a total of 5 co-founders. And from what I know, it's you guys are all from Guadalajara, right?
Yeah.
Facts. This dude got facts, bro.
Tell me the origin, like why Street Dreams and what's its main goal?
Yeah. So shout out to Luis, Cesar, Asa, and David.
Big shout out.
And really, I told Bernie, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm the right guy to talk about Street Dreams because right now Cesar and Asa, shout out to them for them and our leadership team too, who have been doing a lot of the heavy lifting for this, because right now we're growing significantly and
a lot actually. I've been seeing it all over the place.
So they're really the ones like doing all the hard work right now. So big shout out to them. But it all started. We were actually going to be working for another organization, and we were brought in to help revive a former club that was around this city. And when they brought us in, there were just some things that just didn't seem right for us, and we thought that we didn't want our community to be taken advantage of, or things to not impact the kids the way that it should be happening. And so we decided, like, hey, like, I think we should just do something on ourselves. And really Cesar was like, yo guys, I think this is the way to go. And we backed them up and we said, you know what, I think let's do it. We were very at the time there were so many emotions, right? There was excitement, there was nerves, there was like, oh man, like what is this gonna be? But the biggest thing was we were hopeful that something good was gonna come out of it. So we got together, and there were many days of like just meeting up, dreaming about it, just seeing what this could look like, in different like coffee shops, or even in like Cesar wife's Favi's classroom, things like that, where we were just dreaming these things, and we decided to go for it. And one thing that we say is like we didn't have like the knowledge of how to run a club, or the resources, the funding to do something like it, but we had a big passion, and we were like, we're just gonna go for it.
Yeah.
So we started it off. We announced that we were gonna have tryouts at one point. Well, first of all, actually, we wanted to start off with the U19 team, and this was a group of guys who had either never played club, or who played club for a little bit and then they couldn't, for whatever reasons. But we wanted to give them another shot at playing club one last year, their last U19 team. And we also thought with starting with the U19 team, we could also bring these guys, develop them to then be like the next generation of coaches and mentors to the younger ones once we started our young ones. COVID happened, and unfortunately their season never happened, which was really we were really bummed about. But
you actually had like a structure already to like do it?
Yeah, we had the team already. I don't know if you guys ever saw, but like we announced each player individually. We had done like profiles for every one of the players. It was really exciting, man. We were super hopeful. And that, again, didn't happen. But anyways, we ended up deciding the next year that we were going to start with the U11 and U13 groups. And we announced the tryouts, and we were just hopeful that somebody would show up. We didn't know who was going to show up. And then we had players, and so we ended up starting the teams with the kids that showed up. Those are the kids that we started the foundation. Now those U13s are U16s, and the U11s are U14s currently.
Nice.
But yeah, year after year, by word of mouth, more people started hearing about us and wanted to be a part of it. And so we started growing. We started getting more teams. That year, the next year, we had 2 U12 teams and 2 U14 teams, because we had such a growth in the number of kids. And now currently we have U8 all the way through U16. And just recently we just launched our UPSL men's open team, which kind of cool. We have some players who were going to be on that original U19 team.
Oh, that's
who are going to
cool.
be playing with
That's
us in
super
the UPSL team. Yeah.
I have 2 quick questions regarding the whole dreaming of having a team. What was the most challenging part for you personally and collectively with the individuals you mentioned? And what was the most, till this day, satisfying thing for you personally and as a whole que dijeron that this was it, you know?
It's tough. I think challenging has always been like having like a home base, right? Like having like space, and I think also challenging is building trust with people so that they know that what our intentions are. That's always going to be big, because people are always going to judge whether you do something good or bad. Like they're going to...
Siempre críticas. Es normal, you know?
So I guess just a little backtrack, like the whole purpose of starting Street Dreams was because, one, we knew there was a ton of talent in the South Side, and that soccer was the biggest sport on this side of town. And 2, we wanted something that was more accessible for kids because of what we talked about earlier, like cost and transportation. Like driving to FC is super far. Me driving to Elm Grove when my dad was getting out of work late, super hard. So something that was more local, like accessible to these families, or to the families, and again, to give kids that have talent an opportunity to get better and to play together.
That's really...
And that's just the soccer side of it, right? Because I think one of the big things that I guess we don't necessarily highlight as much is the fact that our real vision is to use soccer to impact the communities. Because through soccer, like you said, relationships,
yes, sir.
Like building relationships with people. People get to support each other once they know each other too. Yeah. Having kids involved in sports. Like, I don't know, if I was not involved in sports, I'd be out in my neighborhood doing other things, and maybe not right, but again, having some organized structured sports keeps me motivated, keeps me focused and doing something good. And being a part of a team is also something that is helpful because when you grow up, you're going to be a part of a team at your job and your family, everything. So you're learning all these life skills that are big, and we're hoping that kids who come through our programs have those by the end of it too.
Yeah, because it's cool to say that somehow soccer has made you who you are now. And, you know, it'd be cool for kids to look at it that way because it can motivate them to be like, you know what, if I try out for Street Dreams and I make it, and they look up to you, for example, say, I could be the next Favi. You know, I could probably run my club in a few years now. Yeah. So that's cool to hear. Yeah.
And I think I have older guys that I can like be like, yo, he's the reason why I kept pushing, right? Like I had the older guys at Marquette that helped me out, huge mentors and like good friends of mine now. And we're hoping to build some of that into the club that, you know, our old U16s, they know some of the younger players too. And then hopefully the younger players are like, hey, I want to get to that point too. And now with our UPSL team, our U16s are like looking forward to going to their games and being a part of their lives too. So I think there's so much value in mentorship and having some good people to look up to, because just like there's good people that you can be impacted by, you could also be influenced by somebody who's not that great. But
corrígeme si no estoy bien, pero creo que de lo que hemos visto de Street Dreams, nosotros, él está en el pedo, en el programa de Street Dreams, nosotros no. Nosotros como alguien que está viendo por fuera, yo te voy a ser honesto, yo vi esto y dije, ok, a lo mejor tienen algo, pero güey, like, no sé si estoy bien o mal, no sé si, no, la verdad no sé nada, pero de lo que yo he visto, el programa está levantando cabrón, rápido, really fast, yeah. Like, ¿tú pensaste que este programa, esta idea, como decías, estaban en la classroom de la esposa de Caesar, like, ¿tú te imaginas la magnitud de qué tan rápido ha crecido esto? Porque yo conozco a muchos como a Tico y todos los compas de ahí, que incluso ya son parte del club y que no nomás es una otra cosa, es más como ya tienes a mucha más gente que jugó en las ligas antes, que tienen el conocimiento de la ciudad ahora involucradas contigo. Yo la verdad, güey, yo no me voy a sorprender ya en este punto si un día dicen Street Dreams ya sacó un profesional o ya tiene a X, Y, and Z de reconocimientos de esto, porque la verdad, güey, la manera de que el Street Dreams Organization está subiendo es muy impresionante. La magnitud que estoy viendo está muy chida, güey. Y de parte para ti y para César, para Luis, para David y todos, Asa también, que nos están viendo, les quiero decir congratulations, porque la verdad, güey, se ve que hay que no nomás lo están haciendo chingues, a ver qué sale, right? Like, se ve que de verdad tienen una idea, y yo creo que cuando los padres, incluso los hijos, ya ven que hay una idea y un purpose para esto, pues lo hace hasta más grande. Incluso ahorita que mencionaste el UPSL team, güey, la mayor... Para empezar, ¿cuánta gente se registró para el tryout de la UPSL? Eso me sorprendió, güey.
We had como 90, más de 90.
Imagínate.
Y más mensajes de jugadores que están en otros estados, en universidades, que dicen, hey, ¿sabes qué? Mi temporada se acaba en tal y voy a regresarme para Milwaukee. Cuando termine la temporada hay espacio. Entonces ha sido muy, o sea, hay mucho interés. Sí. Hubo mucho interés.
Es que I got excited. Es que, güey, la verdad, lo que están haciendo me da mucha felicidad. Y yo me brinqué poquito, es más, discúlpenme. Sorry, guys. Se me brinqué poquito. Es que hay mucho de qué hablar con este güey. ¿Tú te imaginas? La pregunta principal era si te imaginaste esta magnitud del crecimiento. Sorry about that, guys.
La verdad, no. O sea, sí era lo que soñábamos, lo que imaginábamos, pero no sabíamos qué tan pronto iba a suceder, cómo iba a llegar, cómo iba a salirse todo. Pero hay varias cosas que quiero mencionar con eso. Una de esas que en nuestro logotipo tenemos el verso bíblico de Jeremías 29:11, donde básicamente habla que Dios sabe los planes que tiene para tu vida. Y nosotros cuando empezamos todo esto, teníamos nuestros sueños, teníamos lo que nos imaginábamos, pero la verdad en ese momento pusimos todo en las manos de Dios y dijimos, mira, nosotros no sabemos qué va a pasar, pero confiamos en el plan que tú tienes para nosotros y ya nosotros vamos a hacer las manos y los pies y vamos a hacer lo que podamos de nuestra parte para que se haga. La otra cosa es que hemos trabajado duro, o sea,
sí,
también
se nota,
de los 5, pues está Fabiola, Janet, Mariela, muchas familias que se han involucrado, los papás de los jugadores, o sea, nuestras parejas, todos han sido parte de esto porque todos han puesto...
Se está haciendo un equipazo, pues.
Ya, todos los entrenadores que tenemos, como tú has mencionado, son gente a los cuales les tenemos mucha confianza y respeto porque conocen el juego.
Claro.
Y tienen diferentes dones que agregan y contribuyen a la organización. Ha sido una combinación de fe, de mucho esfuerzo y de apoyo de diferentes personas en la comunidad que nos han dado la mano en diferentes aspectos.
Pero tú ahorita viendo el plan, güey, así como viendo cómo está todo creciendo, tú en tu mente, ¿qué es lo primero que piensas cuando dices, ya está todo esto, bro? Like, no nomás es un equipo de cuántos varios niños se presentaron la primera vez,
Yeah.
like, you know, like, ya es otro pedo, ya son tantas categorías y todo. Tú, ¿cómo te puedes expresar de eso? Porque no nomás es algo chico. Yo estuviera volviéndome loco, güey.
Te digo, es mucho... Hay muchas piezas, right?
Sí.
Entonces, ha sido el esfuerzo de todo el grupo y la verdad es como... It can be scary.
Pero es normal.
It's go time. Like,
sí.
And that's when you have to also be able to lean on other people who know more about things than you do and who have different resources that they can add value. So it's knowing when to ask for help, how to do it. It's a lot, but it's a lot of faith too. Like, and
That's
then
good, man.
It's the families, right? So you can't have something like this if the families are not bought in, if the families are not contributing. So, like, mucho agradecimiento a las familias que son parte del club.
Muchas gracias a todas las familias de la ciudad, la neta. Qué chingón.
Que han ayudado al club, que se involucran en los diferentes eventos que tenemos, que son voluntarios, que nos apoyan con lo que hacemos. Gracias a todas esas personas,
claro.
se ha podido llegar aquí. Entonces,
it's kind of how we were talking before we started recording, that it's also a full-time job. You know, after this, you still got a family to go to, and then you still have another full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say like that whole team is expanding this organization and bringing it up the way it is, that's because you're all in it. It's not just one person dedicated.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole team, and that's really cool to see.
Yeah. And the players too, right? Like they're bought in, so there
you go.
Like they're there. The families are there because their kids want to be there still, and so
yeah. And you could tell things are going good, or else the kids wouldn't be there anymore, or the families wouldn't be there anymore.
And there's obviously so many areas where we can get better. It's a learning, right? This is the first time that we're doing something like this, and so we work through those challenges. We have. Again, there's a lot of people in place to talk about those things and how to get them better. But ultimately, the kids are wanting to be a part of it.
Yeah. I think the community is noticed. Like you don't even have to sit here right now and like tell us. Like I think we already know like your purpose and the way you guys are rolling things. Like you mentioned about the cause, the whole accessibility and everything. I think we all noticed that. And if people did not know who you were, which I'm pretty sure you're pretty well known, I think you guys are getting way more recognition now because of what you guys are doing. And honestly, bro, kudos to you guys, because that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Like, if I had the chance to do it, if I had the ideas to do it, I would do it. but this is really, really, really cool what you guys are doing. I want to wish you luck in all your divisions, that you guys achieve all your goals as an organization in the sport. Just whatever you guys want to do, bro. I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna do it.
Definitely.
That's cool though.
Thank you, man.
Also, we mentioned when I got too excited and worked up because I get all excited and shit. UPSL. Now you jump to the men category. 90 plus people registered. You got people coming out from another state, trying to contact you. What do you see? What do you hope to get from this? Yeah, tell me everything about it. Tell me where the games will be, everything, bro.
Yeah, man, super exciting. So we had just planned for 1 day of tryouts, but because of the large number of guys, we have to do 2 because this is tough. And having to make decisions on cutting people and stuff like that. Never had to do it before until this
Sacaste el machete.
And it's like a lot of guys that we know too, and so we were honored that many people wanted to be a part of it, but those decisions had to be made. But it's exciting, man. You get to compete against like quality clubs who have a lot of years of playing together. This year, the other team that's new to our conference is the Chicago Fire Academy, so it'll be like a combination of their U19 and U23.
That's so cool, bro.
So it'll be really cool for our guys to get to compete against them.
Right.
Teams like Chicago Nation, who have been finalists in the national tournament for UPSL, who have gotten 3rd place in the nation. And yeah, just a lot of other talented groups that will be in our conference. The majority of our games are away. All the teams except for 2 of us are in Wisconsin, but everybody else is in Illinois, Chicago area. So
not too far.
We have 4 home games, and those will all be played at St. Augustine Prep,
where you are a teacher.
I used to teach. Now I'm in the athletic department.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Nice field, by the way.
Yeah. Very nice field.
Yeah. So we're very blessed to have that as our home field for our kids and for our for the majority of our kids game and for our home UPSL games. Also, I want to plug this to the whole community to come check this out. Our first match on this field will be on March 30th, and it'll be an exhibition inter-squad team or game where we'll be splitting up our teams into 2 and we'll have them compete, and it'll be opportunity for...
I saw a post on Facebook and everyone's been sharing it. Like, bro, it's crazy. Like every post you guys do, the whole community shares it. But yeah, that's pretty cool that you mentioned it. So everybody, mark it on your calendars. If you can, go check it out. Qué chingón que dijiste eso, se me había olvidado.
Yeah, bro, it's just a good opportunity for our kids to meet the men's team, for our club to be there, families to be there, and then just the greater Milwaukee soccer community to come and show support as well, just to kind of like send off our team and like kick off the season.
Yeah. And
then our first official home game against one of the clubs in our conference will be April 13th there as well. Okay. But yeah, man, but we're excited. We'll see.
Even I got excited. When I saw the post, UPSL, I was like, holy shit. Like, from starting how you guys started, that's how you could tell what Bernie was saying, that it expanded like this.
Sí, muy rápido.
Yeah. Sí. And congrats again.
Yeah, bro.
Congrats again.
Well, I have a quick question. Because it's not like I just woke up today and it's not like you woke up and I was like, let me put UPSL. Me imagino que hay un proceso como de todo tipo, ¿no? Como un proceso de hablar con alguien en lo económico, en la planificación. ¿Cómo es ese proceso para este tipo de...?
Pues sí, César fue el que tomó la iniciativa de iniciar el proceso, y él fue el que se puso en contacto con la gente y hizo la aplicación y todo eso. So I don't know exactly the details of all what went down, pero sí sé que hay un proceso que se tiene que hacer.
Me imagino.
Y ya cuando él nos dijo, nos aprobaron, todos nos quedamos como, wow.
¡A la madre!
Como que, ok, entonces a ponernos las pilas porque ya va a pasar y ya viene la temporada. Entonces sí, todo ha sido muy rápido. Ya empezamos las prácticas con el grupo que tenemos y excited.
Qué chingón.
Yeah. No, I'm really, really excited for you guys, and I'm sure I'll make it down to some games, even away games too. Because because it's cool to see, man. Like, I read a couple of articles that you guys did, and
The fact, man.
I see that a lot of the main reason for the Street Dreams Academy is that, accessibility. I got to play in some clubs like you guys did that there was kind people out there to say, don't worry about a dime.
Mm-hmm.
So we know how tough it is for some families in the Milwaukee Southside community, Milwaukee in general, especially with how things are economically right now. So it's just really cool to see, I have no words for what you guys are doing, and big ups to you guys.
Thank you.
Really, really big ups.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
You're at the athletic department in St. Augustine.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend that has his kid there. Shout out to Alejandro. You know Alejandro.
Oh, his kid's there?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out Alejandro.
He's in middle school. He has told me great things, and from what I've heard is that even the athletic department, we're sticking to soccer right now. It's like it's being taken very seriously. Can you tell us a bit about that as well?
Yeah. So, Bernie, you mentioned it. I used to teach at the high school, and then I went to Merca for a bit, and then I came back to join the athletic department just this July. And we're very lucky to have a great school, great resources, great people who are there and really care about investing in the kids in Milwaukee and the greater community. And athletics is one of those. It's one of our school's pillars. It's one of the things that we want to, to take seriously. So one of my responsibilities as I came on was to start up our elementary school programs. So we have soccer from K4 through 12. Basketball from K4 through 12. And this spring we'll be starting off with volleyball from the little ones, first grade and up.
Do you enjoy that? Like working with like te lo pregunto because pues tienes este programa para los niños y ahora estás haciendo esto con niños de nuevo. So, ¿qué para ti qué es una satisfacción? ¿Qué es como? No sé si te sientes como si fueras un padre para como tú, ¿tú qué sientes?
Eso va a que te digo que si yo siempre tuve gente mayor como mis primos o mis tíos o mi papá, ¿verdad? O gente más grande que yo que siempre me apoyó y estuvo ahí como para enseñarme y darme la mano. Entonces yo eso lo he tenido siempre muy consciente en mi mente y siempre he sentido esa pasión para hacer lo mismo para alguien más joven. Claro. Para mis hermanos menores, para mis primos, y también ya cuando empecé a entrenar a los niños, o sea, me sentí esa misma satisfacción de ver cómo uno con las palabras o simplemente con estar presente y pasar tiempo con jóvenes, se llenan como de vida y motivación para hacer.
Es satisfactorio, ¿no? Me imagino de ver a un niño sonriendo que metió un gol o que te dice muchas gracias coach por esto. Yo me imagino que ha de estar bien chingón.
Y es divertido también, like they're kids, man, they be doing some funny stuff. So it's just fun to be around young people and their energy like just reminds you to be present and to just laugh a little more.
And at the end of the day, it's for the kids and for the community.
Yeah,
that's very good.
We asked you quickly, I know we're running out of time. We asked you to bring things to the table to decorate with us. We see you have some fine items here. You just want to give us a quick recap of what you have and why you brought it, and if it has any type of sentimental value, what characterizes you, etc.
Yeah. So the first shirt that I brought was the first Street Dreams shirt that we ever had. We have Street Dreams in the back, Dreamers on the arm.
Está chingona, eh?
And then the Bible verse that I mentioned earlier.
Oh, nice.
Was also on our neck. And so that to me is important because it was like the start of this. Right? It was the start of that specific part of my life. So I hold obviously very valuable memories with how it all started, like everything, right? I brought this one, which was the next jersey we ended up getting. because it has the word alegría in it.
Oh, I remember that. You guys made shirts too, like t-shirts too, y todo, right?
That was separate, but
okay.
But the word alegría is just very important too because it means joy. That's what the game teaches us. That's just what, just a value of ours that we think is very important, and we want to remind the kids of that part too, and the parents and everybody, because it's a competition as well. But we want this to be like something that's always on people's minds. And then the last thing that I brought is a wristband that this was like one of the only pieces of jewelry that I ever wore, really. When I started coaching club, I started coaching at FC Wisconsin. And Val, I coached there for 3 years. And Val was one of the players at our club. I didn't get to coach him directly very much, but his younger brothers I did. And Val and his brothers got in a pretty bad car accident in 2019. And unfortunately, he didn't make it. So this has just been something that I've always wore, except recently it broke, but I don't want to lose it. So I taped it, and I'm just not wearing it because I don't want it to fall and lose it. But this to me is always a reminder of why I coach youth as well. That it's just bigger than the game. Soccer is just one part of our lives. Like, I don't even play anymore. Like, I get to be around it because through coaching and stuff, and I kick it sometimes here and there, but there's just bigger things in life, like family, and so this was very important to me. And yeah, it's just a reminder to, whenever I'm with kids and teaching soccer, I always try to remind myself to, like, hey, make sure I'm also being good to these people and leave like a bigger impact than just the soccer side of things. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, I guess, before we shut things down, any last words you want to say? Plug in your socials. Where can they follow you? Where can they follow Street Dreams?
Yeah, I'll plug in the Street Dreams because I'm not on anything right now. So Street Dreams Soccer Academy on Instagram. Follow them. If you want to check out what we're doing at St. Augustine too with our athletics, we have Aug Prep Athletics on Instagram. And then follow the journey of our youth players and our men's team, which is they're all gonna get started right now. Spring season's coming up. I want to say thank you to both of you for this.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for coming, bro.
I had a good time chatting it up with you. Again, shout out to everybody at Street Dreams, and just my family and everybody, Kaylee, for all the support.
Name drop anybody you want,
everybody.
This is your space
I can name like all my previous coaches, like everybody who's left the mark. But just like the Milwaukee soccer communities, shout out to all of them. Yeah, man.
Bernie?
You have any last thoughts that you want to say?
I just want to say thanks, Favi, again, on behalf of the Street Dreams group, for accepting this invitation. Once again, thank you to our sponsor, Red Planet Worx, Audio Harbor, Mario, always cooking it up back there. Keep downloading, listening, sharing. Just thanks so much, guys, for being a part of this group as well. Bernie?
Well, first, I want to say thank you for coming. I know you're a pretty busy man, and I really do value your time that you're giving us, time of your life to be here with us. I also want to say, whatever you're doing, it looks like you're doing it very well. Keep it up. Siempre has sido como alguien, como un ejemplo de seguir. Tú sabes que yo te lo he dicho antes, que yo te quiero un chingo, güey. Eres alguien que... Favi es alguien para mí que es chistoso en la manera que es callado, pero chistoso, que puedes cotorrearte la chingón con él, reírte con él, decir lo que sea, pero a la misma vez, when it comes down to business y seriedad, es una persona que es muy seria, que es tiene cualidades chingonas, una persona de familia, como lo ha dicho, viene de familia de bien. Yo los conozco a todos sus familiares, sus padres, todo vienen familia de bien. Great background, just everything. It looks like it's going good for you, and I just want to congratulate you. I really hope whatever it is that you're going to do today, tomorrow, in the future, that it goes as planned. And if it doesn't go as planned, then it's just another little roller coaster that you're going to get to. So thank you very much for coming, bro. And I think with that last message, we would like to close this episode. And thank you very much. This has been MilGoalKee Podcast.